Today, we are joined for a conversation by Mr. Ved Mani Tiwari, Chief Executive Officer of National Skill Development Corporation. Thank you for taking out time to speak with us today, sir.
Thank you so much, Unnati, and I am delighted to be here talking to you and through you to the entire generation that you represent.
Thank you, sir. In these rapidly changing times, which skill sets are, in your opinion, the most in demand, and contrarily, which fields do you think can be considered timeless in the sense that they will never be threatened by technology?
So, when it comes to skills, I think the soft skills have acquired even bigger proportion, while technical skills students will continue to acquire. I would recommend that a great focus should move towards acquiring skills of problem solving, creative thinking, because the half-life of every innovation that we are seeing around the world is changing dramatically. So going back to fundamentals, every technical skill that you are focused on, going back to fundamentals of that skill, whether you're doing a technical course or even if you are studying literature, having deep understanding of fundamentals and bringing this overlying core skill of creative thinking, problem solving, how do you work in a team, how do you operate in a hybrid team, these are far more important. And learning to learn, how do you learn is an extremely important factor, because we are not living in a time where 2 decades of education will help you for your life. Everybody has to keep on evolving, learning new things. So learning to learn and having a mindset of creativity, problem solving, these are going to be extremely important. This, when you say that what is timeless, from a technology perspective, I believe that there was a period over last 2 decades when it was considered that applied sciences or technology will rule the world, and then coding became extremely important construct. Now I believe that the world is entering into a new phase of innovation, which is driven by artificial intelligence. That will call for a lot of fundamental changes in the entire ecosystem that we have around us. So lots of hardcore engineering areas, the science, humanities, because as we have seen that lots of technologies are causing the mental issues with people. So those humanities also is going to play an extremely important role. So I think whatever was relevant maybe 2 decades ago, the humanities functions and core science and engineering, and then couple that with the soft skills of creative thinking and problem solving.
So out of the total unemployed population today, 82.9% consists of the youth. What's your outlook on that?
I'm not sure about the stats, where from these numbers are coming. But one thing that I would say is that youth expectations have definitely changed. Over last 10 years during this government, lots of things have happened. Youth definitely is more ambitious today. They are having exposure to whatever is happening around the world. They are exposed to the best in the world. So their expectations have changed. And while earlier, maybe 10 years ago, or in my generation, people will pick up the first available job. Today's youth is very choosy. They want to see a lot of things about job. Job is no more about a salary level. It's also about what sort of work-life balance I will have, what type of colleagues I'm going to work with, the environment of the workplace. And another thing that I find that today's youth is more responsible. They want to understand that whether they have the opportunity to create impact. So they are looking for new kinds of jobs. Maybe the jobs available in the economy are the ones that they are not very getting naturally attracted to. But I'm seeing this change all over the world, and especially the new technology themes of Web3, Industry 4.0 is redefining the workplace itself. And I'm a optimist. I see a big hope for youth that your time has arrived. You are perhaps living in the best time than any other generation would have had, and India is the best place to be in. I would recommend your generation to be optimistic and actively pursue the interest that they have, and it's our job, my generation's jobs, to create jobs that you like.
Unemployment due to an abundance of unskilled labor is an issue that we have always faced. But in the recent years, unemployment and underemployment of skilled labor is seen as well. Why do you think that's happening?
I think what has happened is that Indian economy has changed rapidly because of multiple factors. One is because of the China situation in Asia, Russia-Ukraine situation in Europe, and whatever is happening in the Middle East. The manufacturing, which everybody thought is going to be concentrated at one or two places, is being the entire supply chain is being rejigged, and every country is looking to bring the manufacturing back to their own area, which they call near-shoring, friend-shoring. So what has happened is that manufacturing is coming back big time into India, and this time it's very technology and capital intensive manufacturing that we are seeing. So the skills required for this new emerging ecosystem, both because of digitalization and also from the manufacturing coming back to India, and mostly happening on Industry 4.0 platform, calls for rejig of the skill ecosystem. So that is the case here.
Okay, so as the CEO of NSTC, what's your advice to the youth who wish to do higher education or skill development courses from foreign universities?
I would say that Indian education system or India itself is a place to be in. Maybe a decade ago, everybody thought that one should migrate abroad because that offers a better opportunity. I can assure you that next 2 decades belong to India. And whatever opportunity is going to happen in the world, you can get those opportunities sitting here. There is a study which says that the demographic advantage that we have, which will mean that in next 25 years, the world will add 100 crore new people to the workforce, and 25% of this workforce will be that of Indians. That means every 4th new entrant into a workforce is going to be in India. Be an Indian. What it translates into is that our claim, or your claim, your generation's claim, is not on India's GDP alone. Your claim is on 1/4 of world GDP. And with today's technology, you can participate in the value creation in any part of the world sitting at your home. I think what is extremely important is to understand that opportunity lies here. And in today's world, you have the best of the courses available online. One needs to be smart enough that how do I mix and match? What can I learn online? How can I do a cohort level learning? Getting more to the workplaces. Foreign universities have been good from that perspective, that they bring a lot of insights from the workplace into education. I think Indian universities are also changing a lot. Leading universities like Manav Rachna or other private universities are giving a lot of focus on bringing the workplace into education. And thankfully, over last 2 years, because of National Education Policy 2020, we have brought a lot of regulatory changes. And because of that, the education has become more skill oriented. So youth needs to be alive to this, and I would suggest that be in India, be a master of your own destiny, and that is the best opportunity.
We are officially in the era of entrepreneurs or self-made individuals. Do you think it can further become a cause for concern that none of the youth nowadays want to work in typical corporate offices?
I don't think it's a cause of concern. I think we are going back to our roots. India was known to be an entrepreneurial country. Before Britishers came, they needed lots of clerks for their own work, and that is why they brought an education system which gave a lot of emphasis to jobs. And slowly it went into the psyche of the society. But if you go back to our cultural past, India has been a country of entrepreneurs. And moreover, if you see in today's world, see why there was a need for a large corporation or a corporate office, because coordinating output of so many people was an uphill task. But today's technology and the kind of exposure that students have to use new technology makes the boundary of work and home meaningless. That would mean that a lot of work will get disintegrated, rather disaggregated, and there will be entrepreneurs. In some cases, these entrepreneurs will be in the nature of a gig worker, gig knowledge worker. I'm not talking about the just logistic type of gig workers. I'm talking about a knowledge worker. And because that gives an exposure to, rather than working for one manager or one company, you have the opportunity to get exposure to multiple opportunities. So I believe that this is a welcome change, and India youth should today not look for jobs. They should look to create their own entrepreneurial ventures, and that will be very helpful to them.
So you are credited for executing a successful partnership between Kochi Metro and Kudumbashree, the world's largest self-help mission, which helped skilled young women in Kerala to take up facility jobs in Kochi Metro. Do you intend to take more initiatives like this?
We are already doing that. We are very conscious that our women participation in labor force is low as compared to when we look at China or other developed countries. And that would mean that a lot of work needs to be done with the girls and women. Thankfully, over last 10 years, if you see, starting with Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Swachh Bharat, Ujjwala, this has created an environment where now girls know, the families do not force girls to go to the workplace. Girls are getting enrolled into the schools. We also find that enrollment in higher education today is more for girls than the boys. So that ratio has changed. There are more girls getting enrolled into higher education. In STEM, India has the largest participation of women in the world. So largest proportion of STEM students as girls in India. That opens up lots of opportunities, but we are also conscious of that women need flexibility. The workplace and the work environment that has been built over the last 5 decades needs to be redefined and has to be become more conducive to women. Good news is that lots of corporates have started realizing this. They are realizing that women make a great contribution when they come to workplaces. You might have heard that Ola started an all women plant for manufacturing of electric vehicles. And when I'm meeting corporates, everywhere there is a realization that women bring meaningful contribution to the workplaces. We only need to be conscious of that. We need to provide a more conducive and flexible environment to them. You will see that this is changing, and you will start seeing this effect. Now our Prime Minister is talking about women-led leadership. He has introduced a reservation for the women in the parliament. So they will, hopefully, more women will join the decision-making process from the rule making, etc. And I have traveled all over the world. I find that girls in India are given more respect when it comes to their participation in the workforce. I have gone to East Asian countries, Japan, Korea, etc. You will find that situation is not like that. More and more women are joining the C-suite today, and I see a very positive opportunity. It's Kudumbashri happened about 15-20 years ago. It was more about livelihood. Today's India is more aspirational, and today's girl, a woman, wants to lead a very powerful work life, and we are working on that.
Thank you so much for your time today, sir. We are honored to have you here with us and really thankful for all of your insights.
Thank you so much, Unnati. I enjoyed this conversation. And once again, I would like to appeal to you that India is the best place to be in. And you should be focused on creating and participating in global value addition. And it's a very bright future that I see for youth in your generation. Thank you so much.